I was living in Lagos with my brother, my cousin bro. So we are like 6 people. But then I'm the only girl. But all of them we are relative, not like, but we are living with him. The reason I went with him because I don't like staying at the village, and I just came back from where I went to do maid, so I don't want to stay in the village. That's why I said I want to follow him and go to Lagos. And he said he needed a girl because there are already boys there. He needed a girl, so we used to go to shop. He has 3 shops. He's selling phone at the other shop. He's selling phone accessory at the other shop, and then he's selling perfume, cosmetics at the other shop. So I used to sell at the cosmetics shop. I went there 2014. Nothing happened like it was cool. Though he used to beat us and all that, but we are cool. Like he not do anything strange or anyhow. Then when I enter 2015, it was still cool. But then my menstruation said I started seeing my period 2015. Like he would be the one to get part for me, get on this for me. He now told all the other guys that they're not going to be sleeping with me in the room. I will be the only one sleeping in the room because I'm a lady. Then them, they should be sleeping in the parlor. Then I was already 13 because I turned 30 years January 16th. That's 2015. The whole thing started on the 27th of November. That's when he started making advances, 27th of November 2015. That's when he started. The day he raped me, he entered the room. I was sleeping because he had already told every other person to be staying in the parlor, including him. So I was sleeping, he entered the room. I'm a deep sleeper. The first day, he came to have sex with me. That was first week of December. I refused. That was the day he gave me this mic. With belt, and this one with iron. So because we are fighting. But then he did not succeed that day. He now became extremely harsh towards me. Like at every little provocation, he would beat me. He will start telling me stuff like, all you know how to do is eat. Like he will just be getting, like he want me to react. I'll keep quiet, I will not talk. Then the day he now raped me, we dragged it to, but you cannot compare the power. This is the first time I'm actually telling this story. Even my family, like, I did not go deep like this for them. I just told them the surface. My other cousins, most of them noticed. And they will always be like, what this guy is doing is not good and all that too. Like, your people are poor and rich. What can you do? Nothing. So when we now want to go for December, he now told me that I stole his money. Everybody knows that Alfred did not keep any money there. He just want to shut me up and stuff like that. Then he called family meeting, extended family meeting, and told everybody I'm not going to go with him to Lagos again. That see, I'm stealing his money. He's tired of me. The whole family called me and I told me, look at what your brother and your boss said. Are you going back with him? I said no. Why? I said nothing. So it was only our first son that I called and my mom. And I called our first son and I told him, look at what this guy did. And he told me, he said, and I quote, that I didn't mean I got pregnant. At least they would have divided the property. My mom said, Ali Fred is rich. He could have gotten any woman he wants. So I don't believe it.
We cannot prosecute. These are time-bound situations unless the evidence is there. Like, there is something that we can rely on and prove beyond reasonable doubt in court that this actually happened. So when we don't have that, it makes it, very hard to, follow through in court. So we have the criminal code. So this criminal code is what is used to prosecute matter in the southern part of Nigeria. So from any southern states, southwest, south, and southeast. So, but in the northern part, they have what we call the penal code. Rape is defined in section 357 of the criminal code, while the punishment for rape, like I told you, it's very felonious, is imprisonment for life. That's the punishment, and that is how the law takes it. So once you're convicted of it's life imprisonment. That is it for rape. So even attempt to commit rape is 14 years imprisonment if you attempt to and you were not even successful. But we now have what we call the VAP law, Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, VAP. The VAP law took into cognizance some of the shortcomings of this criminal code, and some states have domesticated this act, including Ebonyi State. So what it means is that in Ebonyi State, you can still use this VAP law to prosecute. And one of the differences is that under the criminal code, it only took cognizance of the female gender. Do you understand? So here it says a person who has unlawful carnal knowledge of a woman or girl without her consent, or with her consent if the consent is obtained by force or by means of threats or intimidation of any kind, or by fear of harm, or by means of false or fraudulent representation as to the nature of the act, or in a case of a married woman by personating her husband, is guilty of an offense which is called rape. So the criminal code just made it a woman issue, and it made it like penetration. But the VAP now took into cognizance of maybe anal penetration, and the male gender was also considered in the VAP Act.
Like, I can't even process it. Talk more of reporting to an officer, and then with that fear of I don't even have money, where am I going to start from? That's why I didn't report to the officer. And then are they even going to believe me? This guy, I'm telling you, have money. It's not like you can just give them money and shut them up, and then the case will not become worse for me. So that's why, and to think of it, it did not even cross my mind, even tell them.
So one of the things that we tell rape survivors is try not to have your bath or anything that would taint the evidence in this case. So first thing you're supposed to do is go to the hospital. That's the first thing we tell people to do. And then we take it up from there. Who is the person that assaulted you? And look to arrest the person and then start prosecution immediately.
I did not go for medical checkup. What carried me to the hospital was because of the infection that I contracted. So I didn't go to hospital like to check my body system. I just went to lab to check for the infection, which is only urinary urine analysis or something.
I tell them to report to the hospital. Once they come, I don't even give them anything. I don't try to give them anything. They should go to the hospital where doctors will examine, prescribe tests they will carry out, give them an emergency drugs that they can take that will help them, ranging from antiretroviral to contraceptive, the emergency ones.
So we just focus on the infection part. And why do we focus on that? Because it became so obvious the way I walk, the smells, and I was no longer comfortable. So that's how she got to find out. I'm like, okay, let's go to the hospital.
If you allow them, they will start abusing some of those drugs that are used in the management of such cases. When somebody will come and tell you I'm raped, you now start dishing out a contraceptive. Those contraceptives is a double-edged sword because that's what we call drug-induced secrecy. The drug-induced secrecy is individual reaction to drug. Some of them, they will take it, it will react in a different way from the way it's reacting to the other person because it does block certain pathways to pregnancy. There will be permanent blockage. After them, by the time the person will start getting ready for maybe giving birth, the person will start running up and down. You wouldn't know that it's a drug, the contraceptive she took when she was much younger. So we don't indiscriminately dispense such drugs unless we are convinced that the person have need for it, and that will come from the medical doctor who will prescribe it.
The consent age for sex is 18 years because under the Child Rights Act, it's believed that anybody that is under the age of 18 is still a child. Basically up to the guardian, of the person that is assaulted, because at the end of the day, you don't expect a 13-year-old child to come and report to the police. So it's now the person that the child is under his or her custody that would inform us about this, and then we'll take it up from there.
Sure, they should burn him, because if they should arrest him and take him to prison, one way or the other, he will come out. And then that child is still living with the trauma. So anybody that rape a child, not even, I don't know for adults, but anybody that rape a child, I'm speaking about children, because an adult, I don't know, I can't say you should be able to fight for yourself, but it won't affect you the way it will affect a child. You get, anybody that rape a child should be stoned to death or burnt alive. They should not take the person to prison or anything instantly, or they should chop off his manhood. This will be a lesson to other people. My past relationship, I actually told the boy about it. She goes there particular. He said, okay, mommy, sorry, this, that, was sorry. I'm going to take care of you. I'll make you forget it. Yeah, he tried though. He took care of me, but did he make me forget it? No. Okay, maybe when I go out, it'll be like, Kevin, I said acting like a man, you get. Said behaving like a man. But I don't smoke though. I started hanging out with bad friends. It also affected me to the point that I said I don't want to get married. And I don't think I will. He changed me because I started seeing sex as a normal thing. I can give her sex anytime, any day. I don't care. So that is just one effect it has on me.
No matter how high you are, immediately you hear that no, you just have to calm down. You have no other choice than that. So, don't let that fleeting moment determine the rest of your life. Both for male and female, it's not only a male something, yeah.
He just died. Yeah, he died, I think, 23rd of January this year, I guess. Though he has been sick since last year. I know he was sick with liver problem also. I've forgiven him. I did. Also, I thought. I did. But then I still went to confront him. I think I confronted him on Tuesday. On Monday, he died on Friday. Yes, which is why everybody is pointing at me. I'm the one that killed him. I care less, but on a tanja for fear. That's just what I know. It's not me. I did not do anything, but I know I feel, with this satisfaction that comes with the death.